What's going on YouTube? Powerbells here, back with another Scarlet Violet video, and today we're going to talk about the announcement of the Series 1 rule set for VGC ranked double ladder, and it's a doozy, right? And the thing is, I can't say we didn't expect this, right? There's been rumors about it, that this was going to be the case, so I'm not surprised that this is what they announced, but the gist of it is no Paradox Pokemon and no Uber legendaries, right? So no Koraidon, no Miraidon, and you can actually see the news, in the game if you just press the plus button, and when you click information, then you're able to see the list over here where it says Series 1 regulations, right? So if you click this, we'll go ahead and do so. It says announcing the Series 1 regulations for ranked battles, Series 1 schedule starting from Thursday, December 2nd, not December 1st, but Thursday, all the way to January 31st, 2023. So it's a 2-month format, okay? And, this is what we were doing in Sword and Shield, right? Just when you thought the series formats were done in Sword and Shield, it's back in Scarlet and Violet, right? And if you remember, Sword and Shield with the series formats, basically the meta changed every few months, right? So you had all different kinds of Pokemon. You had Dynamax, you had no Dynamax. Now here, you're probably going to get some of the same stuff. I could totally see some series where, they'll allow the Paradox Pokemon, which is probably what they're going to do, slowly trickle them in. Then you might get some formats where they don't allow terrestrialization at all. And then they'll have some formats where there is terrestrialization. I can see it, right? If you did that in Sword and Shield, I can totally imagine them doing that now. But for like the last, I would say, week or so, we've been playing with the Paradox Pokemon. People have been doing their raids and farming crystals to get these overpowered Paradox Pokemon ready, and now this is what happens, right? And especially the shiny hunters, right? So somewhere they're like flipping tables, but I can't say that this is a surprise, right? And the thing is, whenever you have games like this where you have like there's some doubt whether or not some of these things might be legal. At the very least, gather your resources for stuff that is going to be illegal and splashable on many teams, right? So, I was focusing on like stuff like Arcanine, Gyarados, Amoonguss. These are all Pokemon, even like they're going to be splashable on a lot of teams because they're just like key, supportive core Pokemon, right? You need Arcanine, you need Gyarados, you need Amoonguss. This is your Fire, Water, Grass core. All right, these are your support Pokemon to an extent, right? So, those are always safe bets, okay, when you're trying to make competitive teams for something like this. But no use crying over spilled milk. So if you scroll down a little bit more, you can get a little bit more information as to what Pokemon are allowed. But again, we've already said that the Paradox and the Rune Pokemon, so stuff like, Chien-Pao, Chi-Yu, Wo-Chien, these are all not allowed. So if you just click eligible Pokemon over here, all right, let's go ahead and get a list. And this is the list. So you can see the 3 starters, of course. Then you can see Corviknight, which by the way is like one of my new favorite mons. I've been using like a lot of Corviknight secretly on ladder with the Paradox, and it is so cool to use. The body press stuff is just really nice, and it's hard to break. So I really like Corviknight right now. And then stuff like maybe even Gardevoir can have a place in the meta now. And then stuff like things that you normally wouldn't see usable can now all of a sudden be used. By the way, Garchomp is like god tier now. I just want people to know that. Hariyama is now pretty good. Of course, it was technically good already, but with the release of Iron Hands, it wasn't used as much. But now with that thing out of the way, now you're going to see a little bit more Hariyama. I think for sure. Bronzong's pretty good. Of course, Gyarados I think is going to be one of the mainstays. This should shoot up right to the top 5. I think in Picolytics it had it within the top 20. Nah, this has to go like within the top 5 now. And we'll do like updated full in-depth videos on this. I'm just giving like initial thoughts as I'm going down the list here. You might see more of this guy now. Farigiraf, and then maybe even Kilowattrel can do something. But there's the other S tier Pokemon, Arcanine, of course. Amoonguss, again, another staple that you want on your teams. Sylveon, Sylveon is another really good Pokemon now. Another strong fairy type. Flutter Mane, goodbye. Now you have something else for your dark types. So we'll talk more about Sylveon in like a future video, of course. But just understand that this is something that's going to be increasing usage, right? And then stuff like Scizor, also really, really nice. Very strong steel type. King Gambit, by the way. Yeah, I know you don't see it on my screen yet, but King Gambit's another one that's really, really nice. Grimmsnarl, again, the screen sets. It's going to be, pretty much a mainstay without a doubt. And then as you go down this list, of course, the Rotoms, I specifically Rotom Heat and Wash are going to be good. Dragapult, the fastest dragon, that's still not changing. That's going to be there. And then Rip Dragonite, man. Dragonite was taking over the meta for a good 2 days, man, with Chien-Pao and like the Choice Band Extreme set. Now all of a sudden, there's no Chien-Pao, and maybe it can have a different set. So this is where you might start to see some variants with Dragonite, right? Maybe they'll go for like a Tailwind bulky set. They'll go for like a Life Orb Dragon Dance set. But again, if you're just gonna do like Dragon Dance stuff, why not just use Dragapult? It does that job a lot better, right? So I don't know about Dragonite. Maybe when the Paradox Pokemons and Rune Pokemon are back, maybe it can come back and see the light of day again. But I still think it's okay. I still think it has a niche. All right, I'm not gonna rule out Dragonite just yet. Braviary's pretty cool now. Okay, of course. Defiant's really, really nice. Gets Tailwind, right? So I think Braviary could make some noise now. And here's the one that a lot of people are talking about now. The Dondozo Tatsugiri combo. This all of a sudden people are putting up in the S tier, right? I'm not ready to do that yet. I am not ready to just join in on the masses and say, oh, this is the best thing ever. No. Hold on. The fact of the matter is, yes, they may be a little bit more viable now, but the weaknesses and the way you deal with them does not change. Okay, that's the main thing you have to understand here. And while you might see them played a little bit more, again, the checks, they're still there. Maybe not as many as once was, but there's still enough where you can keep these two little homies, at bay here, right? So there's that. And you'll see, oh, Goldango, yeah, this guy's gonna do something now. Absolutely, this guy's gonna do something. Tyranitar, oh, I can't believe I missed this guy. Yeah, T-Char's gonna do it, make even more noise now. It was already pretty good. Now this thing is like, whew, it's up there, especially with terrestrialization. Okay, yeah, we don't need to talk about that guy. We already mentioned King Gambit. Here's another one. The Hydreigon stuff, right? Because of Levitate, you can always go for Terra Steel, and now you can't really click a ground move into it, so it's really, really nice, of course. I expect that to do really well. But again, everything that we just said, we'll do like more in-depth, guys. We'll probably have to readjust our tier list, from about a week ago. But it's a pretty interesting time now, because now you can probably just say, make new teams, of course. Maybe adjust your EV spreads. For me, I was gonna come out with a couple of videos, but now I kind of have to like update them and change them a little bit because some of those Pokemon aren't even allowed right now. So we'll have to make some adjustments. Oh, by the way, Azumarill looks pretty cool now too, right? The Belly Drum Aqua set. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah. So again, the thing is, yes, the Paradox Mons and the Runes Pokemon are gone, but your staples are still there, right? You still need Intimidate. You still need Screens. You still need Redirection. You still need Speed Control. These kinds of things don't change in the game, right? You just have to find new options for them. But the formula does not change, okay? So you still need something to fill in those roles and do the job, right? So team building does not change, all right, in terms of the tools that you want. The Pokemon might change, but the theory and the way you build the squad does not change, all right? So those are my couple words on that, but it's an exciting time now, depending on who you are. Maybe if you farmed all those Terra Shards for your Paradox Pokemon, maybe you're a little bit upset. But hey, stuff like Fluttermane, stuff like Chien-Pao, these things are, at least for now. So maybe you can play around and experiment with a few more mons that otherwise would not be optimal or, considered pretty good. But then, now you can experiment a little bit more. And we'll get another tier list ready. We'll probably update it now. And at the very least, we can have a meta now. Now we can have ranked ladder. We can have a meta. We can see what's really, really good. We can see where things are going to go from here. But the staples for the most part still change, right? So let me know what you think of the new announced rule set. I gave my 2 thoughts, and hopefully you think the same way. But if you think differently, let me know. Who do you think is going to rise? Who do you think is going to dominate the rest of the meta, let me know in the comments. And again, also, we announced this earlier, but again, we've done a couple of team building sessions with some of you viewers, right? Again, this is a tier 3 sub to the channel. If you are interested in building a team with me, again, you can just join the channel. If you look in the video description, it's a tier 3 sub where we can sit down. I explain my EV spreads. We'll help you build a team. We'll optimize it. And again, this is all done slowly from scratch. So this way you can understand. But if you are someone who already has a team and you just want me to look at it and touch it up a bit and fix it, that's a tier 2 sub to the channel. So definitely consider that. You know, our sessions are going quick. I think I booked like at least 7 people. So yeah, definitely you want to get in line there and, you know, have my 2 thoughts on whatever it is that you're trying to build. All right. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. And don't forget to join the Discord. Again, we're getting a lot more new people every single day. So definitely want to join there, where you get to interact with me and some of the other people that we have in our community, right? So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Just wanted to put out a quick video there announcing the rule set and give my 2 cents. But yeah, well, in the next couple of videos, we'll do some more team building. We'll update our tier list, and then we'll release some more meta analysis videos, which are, by the way, popping off really, really nice. But yeah, we'll be back in another one, guys. Peace out. Have a good rest of your night.